Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing perfectly fine. It's a very different video today and a very emotional journey for me. In case you are watching me for the first time, I live in Nanaimo, Canada. I have two kids, 6-year-old daughter Yesha and 2.5-year-old son Keyush. Few weeks back, I posted my pregnancy pic in Instagram and asked you guys if you want me to do pregnancy story, and so many of you said yes. So today I'll be sharing my first pregnancy story. Before I start with the happy story, it's important I talk about the most difficult time of my life. Yes, I had a miscarriage before my first pregnancy. I got married in 2008, and in 2009, around July, August, we started thinking about the baby. And it was September, somewhere starting of September. I was in Chandigarh, my in-laws place, and I was late for my periods for around 1 week. So I thought I'll get the test done. So I did the pregnancy test and it was positive. So all of us were so happy. I was also doing good. Everything was going fine. But God has some other plans for me. Around mid of October, I was suffering from bad cold and cough, and that was the time I decided to go to gynecologist. My first ultrasound was also due, so I thought let's go and get the checkup done. So I went, I told her about the pregnancy and I was having bad cough. I was coughing a lot. So she checked me and she said something is wrong with the baby. You must go and get the ultrasound done immediately. I could not figure out what she was talking. I I was not ready for it. In fact, no one is ready for such situations. Anyways, we went to the ultrasound immediately. We got the ultrasound done, and even doctor over there, she told me you should immediately go to doctor and see because there's no heartbeat. I went back to the doctor. She checked the ultrasound report and she told me this is a false pregnancy. It's a black ovum. I have never heard about this term before, and I was shivering. I was literally shivering. I cannot believe my ears, and I could not talk. I was like frozen. Anyways, we went back home. We shared this with our family, with my in-laws, and everyone told that let's take a second opinion. We did that, and even the second doctor, she also told the same thing, that it's not a correct pregnancy, and baby is not growing. Basically, the fetus is not growing, and you should get the DNC surgery done as soon as possible because it could be harmful for you. So we got the DNC surgery done next day. I was going through too much of physical and mental pain. Of course, that surgery is very minor. That was the time my family supported me a lot, my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law. Physically, I was fine in next 1 or 2 days, but mentally it was difficult for me. It was very difficult. I did not wanted to talk to anyone about this incident or about anything. I just wanted to spend time alone. After that, we shifted to Delhi and I started working. We were in Indirapuram that time, and I was trying to recover. I was trying to keep myself busy. But you know what happens when you are trying to escape from something? You see that thing happening all around. Like, I was trying to forget that situation, what has happened, that incident, and I could see all around everyone is having baby, everyone is getting pregnant, everyone is talking about these things. But anyways, time heals everything. So days passed. My doctor told me I can start planning for the baby after 3 months, but I was scared. I was not ready for it. So I took my own good time, and it was around 2010 December, November or December. My parents visited me. My mom had some uterus problem. So I told her to come, and we went to Shanti Gopal Hospital that's just next to our house, and we met a doctor, gynecologist, Dr. Pooja Gupta. She is such a beautiful lady. I'm not talking about the beautiful face. Of course, she is beautiful, but she has a beautiful heart. She has an amazing smile that can heal anybody's pain. Anyway, she took care of my mom. She did the surgery, uterus surgery, and everything went so well. And my mother was recovering good. And time came when she was going back to Kolkata. Before going, she just casually told me that one day I should go and meet a doctor, the same doctor, and tell her about the history. I also said yes and thought, okay, now I should again start thinking somewhere I have to start. So fine, I'll go and meet her. And one day while coming from office, I went to meet her. I told her about everything and she heard me with that infectious smile on her face. And she explained me about black ovum so nicely. She told me two things that made me so positive about everything. She told me that black ovum can happen to anyone. It has nothing to do that you have some problem or you are not healthy. And secondly, it happens only once in lifetime. Even after black ovum, you can have a healthy pregnancy. There is no problem. I felt so good, so positive about everything. She gave me some normal tests to be done, and I got the test done. My thyroid level was little on the higher side. She gave me the medicine and told me to get the checkup done again after 1 month, and once the level is normal, I can start planning for the baby. So after 1 month, my thyroid level was normal. I continued taking the medicine and I was also taking folic acid. So 2-3 months passed and every month I used to be so hopeful, but the weight was still on. So after 2-3 months, I again visited her and I was very worried. Then she told me, please don't take stress, it is not good for you, and any healthy couple can take at least 1 year to conceive. So there is no problem, it's just 3-4 months you have tried. Fine, and again went back. Then finally, August 13, my Masi was visiting me, so I took an off from the office. I was at home and she was going back on 13th August, that was Thursday. So I dropped her to auto station and then I went to the nearby temple and then I went to the medical store and got the kit. Went back home. I was nervous, excited, scared, crossed my finger, did the test done, and finally, after a long wait, I saw those two pink lines. I was I was laughing, I was crying, I was smiling, I was so happy. I just can't express that. I really wanted to share that with Anuj and my mom, everyone in the family. But I waited till evening because I wanted to tell my husband in front of him, not over the phone. So I waited till evening and I told him I have a surprise for you. He could not guess. He thought I have cooked something special for him. So in the evening, he came back home and I just showed him the pregnancy test strip. So he was, of course, smiling, he was happy, and I was again crying. Of course, that was a tears of happiness. So next day, both of us went back to the doctor. I told her that the test is positive, and the first thing she told me, देखा बोला था ना हो जाएगा, ऐसी टेंशन ले रही थी. She did all the tests. She said everything is fine. She gave all the tests that need to be done for me and for my husband. And she gave me all the list of food that I should not eat. Even I should not eat out. And I also made sure that I take all kind of precautions because I just don't want to take any kind of risk. So before I used to go to office in bus. So Delhi roads, it's full of jerk and first 3 months are critical. So at one point I thought of resigning from the job, but my doctor told me it's good to be busy. It's good you are going on work. Don't resign. So we hired a cab on monthly basis. Of course, it was very expensive, but worth it. We just don't want to take any risk, right? After so much of struggle, pain, when you get something, you just make sure that everything happens perfectly without any problem. So that's what we did. I was doing perfectly fine in 2-3 weeks. I told my boss, my colleagues, my friends, everyone was so happy because they also knew about my miscarriage and they just treated me like a princess. And I was having a gala time. Anuj was taking care of me and I was very happy. But in spite of everything, somewhere back of my mind, unconsciously, I was scared because of my past experience. Whole pregnancy, 9 months, I was scared somewhere. And all the time I used to pray that baby should be safe and everything should happen properly and in a healthy way. And then came the time for the first ultrasound. I was very scared. And I went inside. Everything was done, and for the first time I heard baby's heartbeat. That was such a special moment for me. I was so happy, so I just can't express that feeling. I can feel that feeling, still I can feel that feeling, but I can't say that, I can't express that. Also, my first 3 months were very healthy. I never had any morning sickness, vomiting. In fact, I was so scared that I went to doctor and I asked her, Doctor, मुझे vomiting या morning sickness कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. Everything is fine ना, baby is fine ना. And she was smiling and saying, you are lucky. You should be happy that you don't have any morning sickness and vomiting problem. So I was like, no, I was just double checking. So everything was fine. Around 4th month, she gave me urine test. I did the test and there was some infection. Doctor told me it's a very initial phase of pregnancy. Baby's organs have not yet developed, so I can't give you any antibiotic. So she told me, let's do one thing, keep drinking water for 2 days and get the test done after 2 days from some other lab. I did the same thing. 2 days were horrible. Like whole 2 days I was just praying for miracle to happen, and yes, luckily miracle happened. When I got the test done again in some other lab after 2 days, the test results were perfectly fine and I was so happy. And really, I'm thankful to God. I have really seen miracles during my pregnancy. Even in 8th month, when the sugar test is done, my sugar was at the level. Like it was not high, but it was also not normal. So my doctor told me, let's do more walk, and she cut off sweets and potatoes and rice from my daily meal. I took care of everything, and next time when we did the test, it was perfectly fine. Throughout the pregnancy, I was very active and I never had any problem. Even I gained around 10 kg of weight for my entire pregnancy, from 52 to 63. Yeah, first day when I went for doctor visit, it was 52 kg, and on the day of delivery, it was 63. So I was completely healthy. In fact, from the back side, no one could figure out that I was pregnant, and I was glowing like anything. I'll show you my picture by the end of the video, and you can see that I was glowing so much. Throughout my pregnancy, I was very active. Every day I used to go to office, and in the evening I used to do 15 to 20 minutes walk. My parents also came to stay with me in November, and I was eating so much of healthy food. I was a very fussy eater, but that time I ate all kind of fruits, veggies, everything. Like I wanted my baby to be healthy, and I did everything required. The best part of any pregnancy is the baby movement. So I started feeling the baby movement by end of 5th month and starting of 6th month. And my doctor told me that if you don't feel the movement for a couple of hours, like 4-5 hours, then drink something cold, chilled juice or chilled water, or eat something sweet or chocolate. But I used to enjoy the movement so much that in every 1 or 2 hours, if I'm not feeling the movement, I used to go and drink some chilled juice or chocolate, and again the baby started kicking, and I just loved it. And she also used to react over the music. I used to play fast music, and she again started kicking. And me and Anuj used to enjoy the movement session during the evening because babies get more active at night time. And actually, for fathers, the only way to connect with the baby during pregnancy is by feeling the movement and through the ultrasound. So we used to enjoy that part of the pregnancy a lot. Talking about the food craving, I have already spoken in my vlogs. I only had craving for South Indian food, especially idli sambar, and that's the one food I used to eat outside. Otherwise, I have not ate anything from the market. I never bothered Anuj at the middle of the night that go get me something, get me this, get me that, I want to eat this. That never happened to me. I wish it would have happened, but that never happened to me. Then my ninth month started and my due date was 14th of April. 8th of April was the last day of my office, and then I went to doctor visit and she did all the internal test and checked the position of the baby. So she said everything is normal, head is also at the right position, so it looks like a normal delivery situation. Good. I came back home and she told you have, I think, 10 to 11 days. So that was the last day of my office. My maternity break started from 9th of April. I thought I have good 10 days. I will enjoy, chill, watch movies, because after baby, you don't have time for yourself. But baby was in hurry. She wanted to come out and give me a hug soon. So it was 12th of April around 3 in the morning. I started feeling pain. It was not unbearable, it was bearable, but I felt that, yeah, something is happening, something different. And it also started bleeding. So that was the time I called doctor, and she was so sweet. She picked the phone at 4 a.m. in the morning and she told, you go get admit and I'll see you in 1 or 2 hours. He said, okay. Then I woke everyone up. My parents were there, Anuj was there. Hospital was just 5 minutes away. So it was very easy. We went there. I got admitted. Baby was checked. Everything was doing fine. So around 8:39 my doctor came. She checked me. Everything is perfect. She said that it will be a normal delivery and it will happen by evening 3 to 4 p.m. She's expecting that. Fine, the contraction started. I was in pain. I was just praying jaldi ho jaye. So around 10:30 or 11, she again came to check and water broke, and that's when they realized that baby has passed meconium. Meconium is basically the first poop of the baby, and if the baby inhales that, it could be dangerous. So they said that we cannot wait for the normal delivery. We have to do the C-section immediately. And I was always prepared for normal delivery or C-section. The only point was baby should be healthy. So we also said, yes, go for it. And we trusted the doctor. So anesthesia was done and I could understand. I was in my full senses. I could hear everything doctors were saying to each other. Everything was going good. And in 15-20 minutes, actually in 15-20 minutes, I heard the baby crying. Child specialist was also in the room. So he cleaned the baby and showed me. First thing I asked him, baby theek hai? And he said, yes, baby is perfectly fine. She was looking like an angel, milky white, red cheeks and very few hair. I was in pain, but I think this is the only pain in the world that gives you so much of happiness. And for me, it was more special because I got this happiness after so many years, after struggling, after going through so much of pain. So this was very special. She was born on Thursday. Yes, the day I did the pregnancy test was also Thursday. And we always say that she's the blessing of Baba. I believe Sai Baba a lot, and every Thursday, without fail, I used to go to Sai Baba temple in Noida. She's a miracle baby for me. And in 2 days, I was perfectly fine. I was discharged on Sunday evening. I was home and my parents were with me. My mom was with me, and that was a great help. And maybe this is the reason I enjoyed this motherhood, the first year of journey, so much, that she was always there to support me. So 12th of April 2012, I was again born as a mother, and the new learning started. And still The learning is on. Every day is a new learning. And one message I would like to give anyone who is trying to conceive or has some problem or could not conceive, before planning baby, do a research, go and meet a good doctor, get all the tests done, and then plan it properly. And have belief, don't lose patience, and don't take stress, because if you take stress it would delay the process more. It's not going to help. And just try to keep yourself happy. So this was all about my first pregnancy. Hope I haven't bored you a lot. And in case you are watching me for the first time and you feel you have connected with this video, please consider subscribing. I'm sure all the mothers have gone through the memory lane of their pregnancy days, and I'll be happy if you can share one memory from your pregnancy. I would love to know that. So I will see you soon in my next one. Till then, you take care, have fun, and as always, keep making lots of memories.